With three names being touted as the eligible monarch of the Amazulu nation, preparations for the traditional coronation of King Misuzulu kaZwelithini are moving full steam ahead. Yesterday, a briefing by Prince Mbonisi Zulu, who is the brother of the late King Goodwill Zwelithini, unveiled Prince Buzabazi as the successor. On Sunday, Prince Simakade also entered the kraal as a part of the traditional processes before becoming a king. Newzroom Afrika's Ziyanda Ngcobo is at the Royal Palace, where King Misuzulu's ceremony will take place. Ziyanda, good morning. Certainly a little bit of confusion for those of us that are observing what's going on. What is the latest? What can we expect during the course of this weekend?
Well, I tell you what, Hugo, there are those who believe that there's no question about who the king of the Amazulu nation is. If Amazulu traditional Prime Minister Prince Mbonisi Zulu his words are anything to go by, the king is already on the throne, and it's just a mere formality. In fact, as I speak to you right now, I'm inside the very kraal then that, they've been talking about. You'll know that Princess Simakade, he entered the kraal at the Your palace in Ngcobo. We're at Kwakhangela Mankengane as well, and I'll just step out of shot to show you the sacred space then within this kraal that the lion which was hunted yesterday by King Misuzulu Zwelithini is currently lying. We understand that he will be wearing that lion skin tomorrow, and the significance around this really is that a king is called Ngcobo, a lion, and so this is representative then of him being entered into the kraal, basically being not even announced to the ancestors, but being presented before the ancestors, the lineage and the kings of the Amazulu nation. So, I mean, my colleague Senzo Mahlobo will give you a 360-degree shot of this kraal. Quite a significant space to be in, I must say, Hugo. And to go back to your question about, the confusion, I want us to take a listen to what Prince Mbonisi Zulu had to say just yesterday regarding then also the announcement of Prince Buzabazi from the second wife of the late King Goodwill Zwelithini, Zulu, who was announced then by the late king's brother as the rightful heir to the throne. Let's take a listen, Hugo.
Yes, I was saying that in fact that will be decisive, and I think little drama by Prince Simakade in itself has already, shown us, exactly what a flop the whole thing that they are doing is. The whole thing is an absolute flop. I mean, His Majesty the King now has gone on a hunt, and we're waiting, because you can see all of us are elderly here. We're the elderly members of the royal family, and that's why you see, I'm carrying this, and the prince here is what you call, and the most senior, ladies in the royal family, the matriarch of the family is here. The two of the princes that were here are actually the sons of the matriarch. Can you believe that? The other two are her sons.
So, Hugo, that's a bite from Prince Mbonisi Zulu last night when we spoke to him, firstly in reaction then to the press briefing held by the senior princes, mainly led by Prince Mbonisi Zulu, regarding their announcement of Prince Buzabazi being the rightful heir to the throne, but also speaking then about that lion hunt I was telling you about at around 9 o'clock last night. That's when King Misuzulu Zwelithini came back with that lion, which we understand was hunted in Ngcobo, and it's lying right behind me. It's the sacred space within this kraal. So these are some of the formalities in the lead up to tomorrow, Hugo, regarding then the installation of King Misuzulu Zwelithini as the king of the Amazulu nation.
Ziyanda Ngcobo, thank you for the time. We'll leave it there for now. She's coming to us live from the Royal Palace.